Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to take a look at some new products. Paul Rubens reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to try some more products. They usually have really good art supplies for really good prices. I think many of them are perfect for beginners. I went ahead and left everything wrapped because these are kind of different things and I haven't seen anybody make any videos or anything, so these are completely new, and so I thought we would be surprised together, and I'm going to give my first impressions and we'll do some swatching and artwork today. They both come wrapped in bubble wrap, both of the packages, and so you don't have to worry about them being damaged or anything. So let me go ahead and do some unwrapping and get them out of the packages now that you can see them. So this is the Meiliang travel watercolor set. It comes with a 48 half pan of watercolors, as well as a package of 20 sheets of 100% cotton paper. And then it comes with this really cool clipboard that is plastic, and it is a storage box. So of course, I thought it was really cool. And you guys will have to let me know what you think of it. So it has a clipboard here, and it is heavy duty plastic. It feels very sturdy. Right here, you can open it. That opens this part too, so you can open both sections. And then inside, you have a set of 48 watercolors from Meiliang. There's also some watercolor paper. And so you have a whole storage section here. That I think would be great for, which is why I thought this would be great, because I think this would be perfect for using on my couch or taking it to travel with. And actually, I think I would want to use it like this so I can set it on my lap and have plenty of room. The back side is just plain plastic, but it does feel like a good quality. It doesn't feel too cheapy or anything. Quite a bit lighter without the paints in it. Let's set that out of the way and let's take a look at the watercolor paper. It says it's 100% cotton paper, and it's got some texture on it. Not too much texture. It looks like cold press paper. Do some painting on that in a little bit. So here they have the nice tin. They have like a sticker on here now that says Meiliang. It's like an epoxy sticker, and it comes with a pretty blue printed tin. It does have a thumb ring on the bottom if you ever use yours. I never use mine. And then we open it up and let's take a look. Okay. So mine usually lays flat, but this one doesn't want to lay flat for some reason. They've updated a few times, but now it looks like they're actually in half pans with a metal tin. The tin is going to work fine, but it's not as high quality as like Paul Rubens. But it has a nice mixing area and a nice mixing area here. It is the student grade version of Paul Rubens, and the tin is I would say it's a student grade version of the Paul Rubens tin as well. Mine doesn't quite want to lay flat. Let's go ahead and take a look at the paints. I love that they come in half pans now, because that was one thing I really liked. I really like to many times change my order. They have the same metal palette that Paul Rubens does, where they butt against each other, which I think that's unique to Paul Rubens and like Arteza. Let me go ahead and take these out. I find them a bit hard to get out, personally. All right, so let's go ahead and take these off. So the writing is in Chinese, but it does have the color in English. It's white. And the writing is really small, but it's basically telling you it's made in China. I can't see any light fast information or pigment information, but it possibly could be in Chinese. So we'll take a look at that later. Let's go ahead and see what the pans look like. Oh, look at that. Those look nice for very budget friendly pan. The glossiness doesn't necessarily mean they're better, but from my experience in trying all different types of budget-friendly watercolor, usually if they're shiny, it means they're easy to re-wet and they're not chalky. I'm not sure if they're going to be selling this by itself. They have a brochure here and still calling it the Pretty Excellent. So it looks like they're going to have a 24 set, a 36 set, and then 48 set, which is what we have here. And then here we have the swatch chart. So this looks like this is actually pretty decent paper. We'll swatch all these out really quick. They sent a sketchbook over as well. All right, so here we have a sketchbook. It's wrapped in some cellophane. I'm going to take it out of the packaging. So look at this. This is kind of cool. Here we have, it feels like it's supposed to feel like kind of a faux, almost suede. It has a pretty gold clasp, has some rings. This is 100% cotton paper. So we'll test it out. It looks just like the paper that came with the set. So this is just in the sketchbook version. So you could refill it if you want. And let's take a look at the binder. So you can open that up and you can take these. This is going to be perfect, I think, for organizing swatches. But also I could use it as a sketchbook. And then it has the magnetic clasp. I like the magnetic clasp a lot. I think that was really a smart way to do that. So that's kind of cool. So this definitely is faux leather. I can't think of the name, but it reminds me of something and I can't remember the name. But it is, it's not going to make you think it's leather. It looks nice. It doesn't feel like leather. Feeling of it, the texture of it, I think feels nice. But when you open it up, it feels almost like they painted cardboard or something. So it's very interesting. But I like the fact that you could use this and you could take the pages out. So I won't worry anymore about, I have this weird thing. If I mess up a page in my sketchbook, I feel like I ruined my sketchbook. And it kind of gives me, I'm sure I'll get over it eventually. But I think it's from all the years I couldn't afford to mess anything up. I'm not trying to be too picky. But I want to be honest. So I'm going to take all of these stickers off and put them in order, and then we'll start swatching and do some artwork. All right, so I'm going to quickly swatch these out, and I sped this up because these are student grade. There's no light fast information. There's no pigment information on this set. So you really need to swatch them out, and then some of their names are different than, general artist grade. So that can, if you need to swatch them out so you can know what paint you're using. But they have some really nice, vibrant colors, and they have, I think, every color you would need to paint anything. So first we have some nice yellows, some nice reds. I really like this rose red. Their previous set said that it was made with PV19, but since they do not have any pigment information on these, I think you just need to use them as they're meant to be. They're student grade. They're just for fun. So I really, really love the violet red and, of course, these purples. The deep violet reminds me of a dioxazine violet. They have the light sky blue, which looks like it has white in it. And then the fresh blue, I believe, would be their phthalo blue. They have a cobalt blue. I believe that's a hue. It's probably not true cobalt. They have ultramarine, which would be granulating. They also have they're calling it turkey blue, and I believe that is probably their typo in this set. Usually they have because of the language barrier, Paul Rubens often has some little misspellings or something like that on their materials. So I believe this is probably Turkish blue. That's only color I can think it would be, and it's really just kind of a phthalo turquoise. So, but it's a really pretty color. Prussian blue is nice, Payne's gray. And then we're going to get to the greens. They have some convenient greens as well as this emerald green, which is kind of their phthalo green. And then we have some browns. And their yellow ochre is pretty nice. And then you'll see here the burnt sienna. I actually thought I must have used the wrong color because it did not look like burnt sienna to me. So I lifted it up. It actually lifts up really nice. But then I found out, oh no, that was the right color. I just don't like it. It's kind of a muddy brown. It's probably one of the few colors I really didn't care for. But I often don't like the browns from Paul Rubens. So just try. Luckily they have the sienna. And the yellow sienna actually is kind of like a raw sienna, but the burnt sienna is, yeah, that's not good to me. So and then we have some lovely metallics. They have the really pretty pinks, and then they have the interference green, which is probably my favorite, along with the bronze and the gold. Yeah, they're all very nice. They're very glimmery and shimmery. On black, they look really nice as well, but they're really good to layer over your regular colors. So there are the swatches, and after, I'll show them again later in the video after they're all dry. I try to compare them with my previous set, but I used more water with these, so you can see like the Turkish green, the Turkish blue wind up being more like just a phthalo blue because I used more water on swatching these than I did my previous set, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to do something different today, and I am not a professional camera person, so I'm going to do my best, but I wanted to paint out here today, and I wanted to share some of the footage. But I thought I would share my beautiful view. You wouldn't know we just had a hurricane 2 days ago, and I'm trying to paint out here more every day. So I'm just going to do some quick ink and wash painting, and I hope you enjoy. So I thought the perfect thing to paint was some geraniums I have out on my lanai. And lanais are common in Florida. It's just basically screened in porch. It is every bit of wonderful being in nature without all the bugs. This is my favorite room in our house. I love to sit out here with my coffee. I love to draw and paint out here. And then I love sitting out here because I can bring my dog Bella, and she loves sitting out here with me as well. She's a Labrador. She is 16 now, so she's older, so you always hear her now. I have some geraniums, and when I was looking at them, when the sun reflects, you can see shimmer on them, and I think it's so pretty. And so that's what made me think I'll paint these today because I can use the pretty metallics and add that. I have to pray that I don't kill them because I'm terrible about keeping potted plants alive very long. I am going to open the storage case and show you how I packed it. I tried to use just what was in this kit, but you do need a watercolor brush. That's really the only thing this set doesn't come with. And so I have my swatches there on top. I added a travel watercolor brush and a fountain pen. I have the watercolor set. I have the paper. I love that it's all pre-cut. It's just ready to grab and paint. I'm using my fountain pen, and I'm going to go ahead and sketch out quickly the begonias. And the fountain pen ink I'm using is actually not waterproof. Chose it because it's pretty. It's kind of a rose gold. So it did bleed a little bit. So here I am sketching out my begonias, and I'm just trying to sketch them quick and not worry about them being perfect or anything like that. That's really where I'm at now. I'm trying to keep getting over my perfectionism, which always stops me from everything. It's a big reason why you don't see very many art videos on this channel, because I'm in my head all the time about thinking I didn't do good enough. So, but I'm trying to get over that and just enjoy it, and being outside really does help with that. I really enjoy it, and something about being in nature while you paint is just very therapeutic. I find it very therapeutic to paint outside around nature, and so I really want to do that more. My hand kept getting in the way. So here I'm mixing the yellow. I think I'm using the cadmium yellow as well as the fresh blue, which I believe is their phthalo blue. I'm mixing some nice greens, and I actually wind up adding a little bit of the rose red, and that's the colors I'm using for today. I usually try to pick 3 to 5 colors per painting, and I just mix all of those colors to get everything. That's pretty much what I do. So I just added a little bit of that rose red, and that made a perfect kind of a olive, or maybe kind of a olive green, and that's the color that I was going for today. So, but I am what I like to call an accidental YouTuber. I don't have any fancy equipment. I don't have any of that stuff because I just love creating art. I have a camera that I take pictures of my kids that I use to film, and then I have a tripod that we used at Christmas, so that's what I use. And but I'm showing a little bit of the painting. My hand was in the way most of the time. I should have set up the camera on the other side, but I'm showing you a little bit of the process, and I really did enjoy just being out here and painting. And even though this is no masterpiece to put on Instagram or anything like that, I love sitting out here just creating. It was so peaceful to sit out there. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I really enjoyed this little travel set. My goal is really to try to do more painting outside, and I'm trying to get into plein air painting, and I keep failing every time I try, but I really enjoy it. So I'm back after using these products for a few weeks, and I wanted to share my thoughts on them. Really enjoyed this clipboard. It was really nice to create both on my lanai and in my car, and so I will be using it for that. But sadly, this will be another item that, even though I enjoy it, it's not going to show it on camera very much because I like to share it like this, and then it reflects everything. It's going to show me or my lighting or something that I really don't want it to show. So it was very nice. It is plastic, so I'm not sure how durable it's going to be. It has a fold-out clip here on the side that you can store paper or something like that in here, and so you can just keep all your paper in there if you want, or you can put the watercolor swatches. That would be a good thing to put in there. Let's see, and then it just snaps shut. I do think with the watercolors, it's a bit heavy. So if you're going to take this, this is going to be perfect for using at my couch, in my car, or outside. If I want to hold my paper down, I found it really useful. The only thing I wish, honestly, I wish it was made out of wood. I would enjoy wood so much more, and also I could use it on camera because it's not going to reflect everything. For the watercolors, they were just as lovely as I remembered. I think they're a great watercolor for beginners. If you don't know if you love watercolors, they have all the good qualities to play with. More than plenty of colors. You also get the nice metallics that are fun. I did notice that they changed some of their pans. Some of their pans were extruded and some of them were poured. So that made me think, well, maybe they upgraded them. And so I compared them a bit with my older set. That I purchased this back myself in like 2017 or something. I was a card maker at the time, and I purchased them actually just for the tin, and thought I would give the paints away to my daughter. And then I was quite surprised how nice they were, so of course I kept them. They might be upgraded. I did not notice enough of a difference, honestly. I didn't find enough of a difference that it would make you want to get these if you already have the previous set, unless you just want to have a nice new set that's in metal and half pan. And so here are the swatches. I found the colors just as nice and vibrant, and you can see that all of them are pretty transparent. That's what I like about them so much. This kind of student grade watercolors, they're student grade, so of course they're not going to be as nice as just getting a small set of Dana Smith or Schmincke or any artist grade. If you don't want to learn to mix and learn about pigment information, I still think this is a good set. And then after you love watercolors, then I recommend, as soon as you can, get some real artist grade paints so you can start learning about watercolors. To me, these are different than other student grade brands because they just don't have as much filler, and you know, they're going to still have dyes and all that, but they don't seem to have the fillers that a lot of the other student grade paints have. And honestly, these don't seem copied over and over again with white label companies yet. Everybody else is copying, it seems like, the superior paints. I do really enjoy having it in the tin, and I really like the versatility of having them in half pan, much more over the ice cube trays. And so I really like that improvement, and the tin itself is very pretty as well. It is quite heavy, and so I'm not sure if I would actually store it inside of this plastic box. I think they were calling this a travel sketchbook. This on the outside, I think it looks nice. It feels, right away you would know it's not real leather. I really like the clip, and I like that it's gold, and I love that it's magnetic. That allows you to put a pencil here, and it holds the pencil in place. And so I really enjoyed that. And I could take this around as well, and I did take it and I sketched out the geraniums again off camera. I'm probably being picky, but the inside, it just feels like kind of painted cardboard. I was kind of surprised. It's not very pliable or anything. It's going to be really practical, and I love the fact you could, you know, you could just refill it, get a refill of these. I hope they offer refills. The paper was quite nice. Cotton, I honestly really like the texture because it has enough texture that it actually is cold press, which I very much enjoy. So I can't wait to paint with it more. I initially thought I would keep this book and I would put all my watercolor swatches in it, but I really did enjoy taking this and to paint with it. This fits really nice inside here, and I actually prefer that better. Like when I use this travel journal in a smaller watercolor palette, just so it's not quite so heavy. You can fit other palettes in it. Fits just right, and it's not quite as heavy. I know many of you already have the Meiliang watercolors, and so you might just want this organizer. I would love to know what you would store in here. As I said, because of the reflective nature, it probably won't be seen in very many videos, but I really am going to use it. And honestly, I already looked online and I found this where I can get it individually, and they have a pink one. It's kind of a light pink like the Paul Rubens. So I will link that below if it's still available. I really enjoy things that are practical and functional but still look nice, and I put this on that list. So this is the green. They also have it available in gray with the whole kit with the paints and the paper and everything. Now this travel sketchbook is sold separately, so you would have to get that separately. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and thank you again to Paul Rubens for letting me try that out. I hope they make more travel-friendly items because I think those would do really well, and I think a lot of artists really need budget-friendly, travel-friendly items. I can't wait to see what else they bring us. So thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.